Yeah, let me just check on the injury situation. Henderson, Keita, Gomez, they all okay to start? And with Henderson and Gomez, any concerns about them joining up with England? Because of the injuries that they've had. I know Gomez was sliced through.
Yeah, I think that's actually nothing to discuss in public. To be honest, we have to we see how we deal with that. It's different with the two boys, so it's different things. And so, if there's something to talk, then I talk to Gareth about it. I would say it's better than telling you and then he has to read it or whatever. We'll see. But for the weekend, they are all available.
How much then, particularly I suppose over the last couple of games, have you missed maybe Jordan Henderson's influence within that midfield?
When John is not available, then we always miss him. But it's not the last couple of few games. Which one?
Just thinking midweek against Red Star and against Arsenal.
I would love to say that Hender would have changed the whole game, but I'm not really sure about it. We had the performance. Altogether, the whole game was kind of strange and not us, whatever. So, and the game before that was then Arsenal, right? Yeah, that was actually absolutely okay game. We only have to admit that Arsenal, and maybe a few people were surprised that Arsenal is a good football team, and so they can cause you problems. We caused them problems. We were 1-0 up. We had big chances. We didn't score, and so it was 1-1. That's all. Nothing to do with players in or out. It was just like it was. And so, no, but it's good to have them back. It's probably the first time. I think it's pretty much the first time that all midfield players, apart from Ox, are then available. That's then another thing to do, making decisions who starts with who and stuff like that. And so that's then, but it's all about then fitness level, form, shape, whatever, and then we will see.
Obviously, there was a lot of praise for Virgil's performance against Arsenal as well. Now is he at the level where you would say he's the best centre-back in the Premier League? Would you even go broader than that?
I'm not a guy who likes these comparisons, stuff like that. So I'm really happy with him. But Virg knows that with his skills and quality and stuff like that, there's always a big responsibility as well, and that you have to be spot on that level every day. That's what everybody expects, and we're all human beings, so we have to. And Wednesday was not the same, almost Tuesday was not the same game than the Saturday before. So that's how it is. We all struggle a bit in the last game, and but that's not too important. I don't make a big fuss of it. It's on the other hand side, I don't celebrate performances after when I saw a good one for the next 5-6 days. It's just it has quality, so that's good. And like Joe has, like Dejan has, and like Joel has. So that's really good for us that we're in that position. Obviously, we don't have a lot of problems.
Okay, so is this all about a reaction now then from Tuesday?
Yeah, from a personal, for us as a team perspective, I would say yes, but it's just not. It's a different competition, so it's a. And nobody expected that. To be honest, expected a result, the kind of performance that it's possible for Red Star. It's not Red Star is not a team like, and with all respect, but not like Maribor last year, for example. It was clear they brought 3 players back in. They have the atmosphere there. There were a lot of different things there, which were different to the game we played at home against them, and so. Things like this can happen. You never like it. They happened in the past. They happened on Tuesday, and they will happen in the future. Not only to us, and that's why you never like it. But in general, the shape is good. Of the team, we played a lot of really good games, and I know still a lot of people, maybe we ourselves as well, compare the a Premier League game which we win, compare it then still with the best game of the last season. I'm not sure exactly which it was, but let me say, at home against Rome until they started scoring their 2 goals or something like that. And you cannot compare this. So that's just not. We have to do it by ourselves, but first and foremost, that we have to do it by ourselves. But we have really to admit for ourselves a lot of things are better than last year, same time, in early November or end of October, but the spectacular football in each game didn't happen, but it didn't happen last year as well. So that's the reason why we had, I don't know the exact number of points, but we could have had more, how we all knew. So, and the boys look much more mature and all that stuff, but not in the last game. But in the games before, that was absolutely okay. There were 2 games where the performance dropped. That was now Red Star, which is the latest one. You always can remember that the best, of course, and Naples. That's true. Both were in the Champions League, both were away. We have to think about that before we play the next away game in the Champions League in couple of weeks. So and that's the situation. So it's all good. We can do better. That's always the case. But we have to enjoy our football as well. Exactly like exactly the football we play in the moment, because it was so far pretty successful.
I know you're always expected to win at Anfield. That's a Liverpool thing. I kind of get that. But rightly or wrongly, I think you probably expected by some to win well this weekend, perhaps unfairly to Fulham, but they are bottom, they haven't kept a clean sheet. And given your goal difference as well and how tight it is around,
Wow.
do you tell your boys? Does it
Oh, I would be really an idiot. Few people think I am, but not that much. If I would talk about any goal difference before that game. So I'm not sure if I can expect that, but it would help if you would watch a few Fulham games before you ask questions like this. I'm not sure how many games you watch over 90 minutes, and not only match of the day, summary, stuff like that. Not a lot, probably. That's what happens to most of the people. This is a really strange situation for Fulham. I can really imagine how they feel in the moment. It's like, okay, football is good. A lot of things are really good because they caused City problems in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup. At least it was really good football in a lot of moments. So you have to defend them. They are a really skilled team offensively, and tuned and doing a lot of things. And then the end product, the final product, the finishing maybe was not so good often enough that season. But they scored goals. Yeah, then they conceded on the other hand side a lot, but you will never score a goal against a team like Fulham with the quality of Fulham only because you go in the game with the wrong attitude and think about scoring, whatever. Big challenge, really. This game is a big challenge, and for all of us. So we have to make sure that we really don't forget in what kind of good situation we are. Atmosphere-wise, again, another challenge. 12 o'clock. So for all the guys, people coming in the stadium, go in bed early on Saturday night, be in your best shape at lunchtime on Sunday, and help, because if somebody goes there and expects an easy game, please stay at home. Then please stay at home, because it will not be, and it will be a really tough thing. It's a tough job to do, and it's good that we said it already, that we have maybe want to show a reaction. Yeah, that would make sense, but the right reaction.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the players have been like the last couple of days, because you said that, I saw you at the press conference after the game, you said that no one expected that performance here. Andy Robertson also spoke by saying that win or lose, you always speak the day after a game, because that's when you get the best out of them and where you can talk your thoughts through. So I was just wondering, that kind of prying into too much detail, what kind of meeting that's been?
More a general meeting, more about our situation in general. It's like a few things I said before here. That's what we have to expect from ourselves, and what we have to, and how we have to see our situation. It's a very positive situation. The season so far is point-wise, only the Premier League season, point-wise, really successful. But it doesn't feel really like that because there are two reasons. The comparison with last year, free-flowing football in a few games, and Man City and maybe Chelsea and a few others play a very good season as well. So that's not a surprise should not be a surprise for us. So it isn't. It's like, always you see we struggle in Belgrade and they win 6-0. So even if it's not Premier League, it's this kind of big gap. And the thing is they all it feels a bit like this season can only be a success in a moment. So from how I feel it from all what the question I got asked after games and around games is like it's only a success if you become champion this year. And in a year, well, our competitors are, let me say, the champion of last year, the champion of 2 years ago, and a refreshed Arsenal and a more experienced Tottenham. They've struggled a lot personal lineup-wise, and they have a similar number of points like we have. And Man United turning around and all that stuff, that's a really tough job, and it's no problem. We have no problem with that. We go for everything. It's only just a little bit this feeling. Why we have to build on our situation. We have to get better, to get more confidence out of these things. It's all okay, but this game on Tuesday, of course, was this kind of little or rather massive knock, which were not expected, and now we have to react for us in the right way, not only on Sunday, in general.
Jurgen, how much self-assessment do you allow the players after performances like that, where by your own admission so many things went wrong? When you're reviewing those performances, how much do you allow the players to give their own individual assessments about how things can improve, along with yourself and the coaching staff?
Do I have influence on that? What do you mean? If they can have a speech in the dressing room? Yeah. No, they can't. There's only one real assessment that counts, and that's mine. And that's why I don't do it directly after a game. So we have all our emotions, stuff like that, and disappointment is not a good. Or frustration is not a good advisor, or not a good feeling for an analyze, for a meeting with players. So it's not that I feel better afterwards because I said all the things I had in my mind in that moment. I mean, if I'm angry or whatever, that doesn't help. So a full night and maybe a morning helps to see the things in the right way. That's at least in my understanding. So, and that's no. But the players talk to each other, so I'm not sit between them and ask them and listen to what they say. And during the week, and if I think it's necessary, and if you have enough time, then we can talk about different things. But usually, after the meeting, the day after the game, this game is done, and then we prepare the next one.
And as you're searching for that free-flowing football to get back?
Not really. Yeah, I know, but everybody's searching for it. But it's not this kind of that I only like. We are here to get results like all the other teams as well, and that the other thing happens much more. So all the different expectations on different on boys. It's always we were the Champions League finalists last year, and for the first 25 minutes, maybe we were the better team in the final. It doesn't help a lot, we all know. But that means that's the last impression of how we went there with all the spectacular games and stuff like that. And on the other hand, we have to start new, and the other teams don't get worse. So that's I don't not a little bit moan about the situation. It's great. It's only what you ask me, and that's how I see it. That's a difference to the season before. And we are really ambitious, and whatever we can get, we want to take with all we have. But it's a different situation. The Champions League finals from last year, new signings, players settle, stuff like that. It's like sounds like automatically you win the Champions League or whatever, or the league, or you will. But the other teams, they don't sleep only because we were in the Champions League finals. So that's how it is. They have all made all transfers improved in different ways, and we as well. We have 27 points over there. 27? Yeah. So I forgot it already. Nice. 27 points, conceded 4 goals. A lot of good things in it, but just we have to. Not to be satisfied about it, only to see it in the right way, rather positive than the other way around. So it's like we win a game, and afterwards we have to say sorry for that we didn't win it in the City way. So whatever. That's I get that. If we have space for improvement, but not no reason for any negative view on it.
You have an extra day to prepare for this fixture. You're not playing tomorrow, you're playing on Sunday. Does that give you like an added bonus with that playing in your hands, do you think?
Wow. Can you please say it again?
Sorry.
Yeah, it would be nice.
You're playing tomorrow. You're not playing tomorrow. You have an extra day to prepare. Does that play into your hands?
Extra day in comparison with.
Sunday,
Yeah, of course, I like that. It's better than playing Tuesday, Friday, or whatever. For sure. No, that's good for us. So today we have a normal session. So far we had to do recovery with the majority of the squad, but today and tomorrow we have normal sessions. That always helped us. That's always good, and we can be trained now. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow as well, round about match time. 12 o'clock, which is important. The last game was 6 o'clock here, 6 o'clock here, and so late game. That's how it is. We want to adapt to the situation, biorhythm-wise, stuff like that. So that's good, yeah.
And sorry, last one. You were beating the Premier League, obviously. Champions League qualification in your hands sometimes. Do you have to tell your player that, like, there's a bit, give them a sense of perspective? Like you said, we started well, and sometimes the other part results.
What kind of perspective? We have a wonderful perspective, so it's all good from it. But we had a bad game with an inverse result, the last one. So we never ignore that. But it's not allowed that we didn't get the confidence from the results we had before and the performances we had before. But if we have one bad, then we struggle. That doesn't make sense. I think after Naples we played City, right? Did we? Probably. Sorry. Oh, come on. Did we play after Napoli against City?
Yes.
You Google that quick, meanwhile. Well, huh? We played here. You know. Yeah, I know. So that was a good was a good game. So the reaction was right. It's not about we have to show that we are not what we were on Tuesday or whatever. It's just normal. We don't want to lose football games. If it happens, you always have to show a reaction. That's clear. But I'm not in doubt about the reaction. It's always a little bit. I think you can really feel it a little bit. It's a very positive situation. If we would have had the same situation 2 years ago, then people would have said it's brilliant, it's whatever, and it's exactly like it should be. But and it's no problem that people compare it. For us, more important that we don't do it. That we have. We had the discussion here. Everybody asked me, is Mo Salah in the same shape like last year? And I didn't know the numbers he had until October. And somebody told me, yeah, he scored actually more than last year until October. But nobody felt it. It was like, yeah, but he should have scored already 20. So that's the situation a little bit. And that's what we all have in all different departments on the pitch. It's like Sadio Mane has 6 goals, but does he play the best season of his life so far? That's all the questions. It's not important. So in the moment, they all scored often enough to bring us 27 points. So that's it. And we defended good enough to have these points. And we created enough, or we create much more, of course, than we actually used. That's the situation. So it's nothing. It's only kind of not really an analyze. It's more. These are the facts. So you know it all better. You start pretty early then asking about. Is it the same than last year? Is it this? Is it that? So for us, it's not too important what happened last year. For the people, it's very important because their expectations are because of the last year, and of course because in the squad and the signings and the start and all that stuff. Well, we have to use that, not the other way around.
Yeah, this statistic was in the last couple of weeks ago, but probably relevant now back at Anfield this weekend. Are you aware that you haven't won a Premier League penalty at home in over a year now?
No.
What do you think about that, considering that obviously your team spends a lot of time in the opposition box? It's just a quiet, really.
So let's take the Arsenal game. So it's not about a penalty at home. It's in the beginning of the season, maybe in 1-2 situations, I'm not sure we were a bit lucky with ref decisions. I'm not sure if it was anybody told me afterwards about Huddersfield possible penalty with James Milner handball. Didn't watch it back. But for example, the Arsenal game and the game with who we played before Arsenal, Cardiff. The goal Cardiff scored was offside. So what everybody said after the game, nobody asked me directly after the game. I'm not sure if it's too quick or whatever. It was offside. Or you can say it's not too important, but in the game, it changed a few things. So we said afterwards in a positive way, because then they had at Arsenal we scored a clear goal, and I have to say afterwards. And the only headline we can find, then probably I don't know exactly, but Klopp says it was a clear goal. But who is interested? What I say, it's about it is a clear goal. So things like that. Then there were two penalty situations, and with the goalkeeper. And then a referee said, "Yeah, this one was a penalty and the other one not. So penalty for us." Now we talk about a situation we would have won there 3-1. So and now all these games at home we didn't drop a lot of points in home games in the last year. But of course, it changed everything. If you go in the box, you are right. So it's not that it's nobody to blame for or whatever. I think so. It's just we have to go in the box. We cannot do more. And if we can shoot, we should shoot. And if somebody makes a foul on us, then we shoot. Then it's normal that you go down. So we are. That's the situation. But I don't think that there's any agreement between everyone to say, okay, at Anfield penalties don't fit. So we don't want to see them there. So that's it.
Melissa, anything from you? Radio City.